the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. Now a chance to check out our starting lineups. A factor in every game, Russell Westbrook will be on display.
Well, he's just blazing fast off the dribble. He comes right at you. He's constantly attacking. And even if you try to anticipate what's coming, he still seems to either go around you or just right over the top of you.
Really, he's got that bull in a china shop style once he gets into the lane. I mean, he's looking for contact and has the strength and jumping ability to take the ball and still finish.
We've got a Western Conference battle ready to get rolling, and this Oklahoma City crowd wants some love from their Thunder. And this matchup with Dallas, it's their first meeting of the season. Last season, they won all 4 games, showing complete dominance.
Yeah, they rolled through this season series against this club last year, unbeaten on their way to the playoffs.
Perkins gets a screen from Lamb. On defense, the Mavericks.
And they're now 1 for 5 to start this game, so having trouble finding any offensive rhythm.
Ellis dishes to Marion. Dallas shooting their first free throws here for the night.
Well, this is a good free throw shooting team a year ago. They hit about 79% of their free throws as a unit.
And you can't take those numbers lightly, fellas. I mean, their free throw shooting made a difference for them in a lot of their games last season.
Pass to Westbrook. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Westbrook's got his first points in this one.
Now that is a quick bucket. Pretty good in transition.
That's right. That's exactly right. He loves when he gets the chance to get out and run. That's when he's at his best.
And Steve, while they were on their way to those playoffs, the opposite was the case on the other side. The one-sided nature of their games wasn't a surprise, was it, Clark?
Not at all, Kevin. They were 2 totally different teams in a number of ways. I mean, I'm interested to see if anything's changed this season.
I hope so, yeah. Well, it was the Oklahoma City Thunder winning their last game against the Suns.
I just love the rhythm they got into offensively. I mean, they really started to click from the outset, and it carried through the whole way.
And that result was indeed impressive. They basically cruised all the way home.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
You know, guys, you look back to their last game, he was off from the charity stripe all night long.
And you wonder if that's not still on his mind today.
Put together a great team, fans can get a little wild. When you put together a great team that's exciting to watch, too, then they really get wild. And that's what you have to deal with when you go to Oklahoma City. A great team with terrific fans.
No good from Lamb. Mavericks have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Deflects the pass. Stolen by Westbrook. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Reverse that one. Oh, now that was nice. Real nice.
The agility on display.
Yeah, you love that body control. Ooh.
Oh, that one had it all, guys. Power and grace. Just beautiful.
And back to these great fans in Oklahoma City. They hosted the Hornets for 1 season in the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina, you recall. And Steve really showed what a great crowd they could be for a team.
Kevin, I agree, and I think that season when they hosted the Hornets, I think that showed the league that Oklahoma City was ready to become a franchise, and that's why the move from Seattle to Oklahoma City was allowed by the league, because the city had proven that they would support the club.
Lamb, good.
He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but you know the defense still needs to keep an eye on it.
Mavericks trailed by 5. Let's send it out to Doris Burke, who caught up with head coach Rick Carlisle. Doris?
We talked about their strategy on how to contain Russell Westbrook, and he told me that Russell's at his best in the open floor. To counteract that, they'll try to make sure they get back on defense in a hurry and limit his chances to get out in transition and start setting up his teammates or throwing down dunks. Neither is a good option for them.
Thank you, Doris. Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Carter comes in for Samuel Dallenberg, and it's Calderon in for Devin Harris. And Ibaka kicks to Westbrook. Stolen by Carter. And, oh, here we go. Carter's got it in the fast break chance. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Well, let's take a look at last year's Dallas Mavericks and where they ranked in the NBA. 2nd in free throw percentage. 5th in assists. And they also showed up in the top 5 in fewest turnovers. When you squeeze the orange and take care of the basketball like they do, you put yourself in position to win.
I was just really impressed with the free throw shooting that you mentioned. Top 5 in the league in free throw percentage. Says a lot about their concentration and their focus as a team. And this is a key part of the game for this team. They've got to get to the line and knock them down to have a chance to win.
It was a rough year for the Mavs and their fans. The first time since 2012 the Mavericks found themselves out of the playoffs. So the big reason why was they couldn't get the wins they needed on the road.
Jawan Blair, he's checked in for Dirk Nowitzki. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Tipped away. It's stolen by Calderon. And he lobs it up. Got a piece of it. And it's out of bounds to the Mavericks as Dallas retains possession. No one had more success at the foul line last season than this group of players. Kevin Durant, number one.
Now, there's no doubt he finished the season right where he belonged, one of the best shooters in the NBA.
And the rejection by Perkins. And the Thunder pushing it up now. Durant's running and blocked. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Thunder will retain possession. Brandon Wright's checked in for Sean Marion. Westbrook with it. Now guarded by Calderon. Here's Durant. That's good. Durant's got his second basket. And back to the Mavs. 17-24 record on the road. You know, Steve, their struggles as the visiting team. You know, one of the reasons why they were only a 500 team on the season at 41-41.
And even though going 500 isn't a bad year for most, it is when you're the Dallas Mavericks and you're used to playing in the postseason. This was the first time in a long time, in forever, that the Mavs didn't end up in the playoffs.
Carter. Good, and the assist goes to Ellis. Ellis has got 3 assists tonight.
You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
Yeah, me too, Clark. I think anytime you have success pounding the ball inside, you got to continue to go to the well.
Lamb, good.
Kevin, they've been playing with an awful lot of energy here, getting a lot of offensive rebounds. That's always an indicator of hustle and energy.
Out of bounds, Oklahoma City takes possession.
Not the kind of pass you want to be making right there. He's lucky it wasn't stolen.
And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Now the pass to Roberson. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And the offensive rebounds leading to second chance points.
Yep, Kevin, and they have 6 in this quarter. And you know what? That's always a good sign in terms of a team that's focused and energetic. I mean, when you can get to that offensive glass, you're doing some work.
That's good from Roberson.
This last summer, the Mavs asked fans to submit some redesigns of their uniforms for future use. Always kind of neat to see when a team and organization reaches out for the fans' input.
Mavericks trailed by 11. Up top right, Ellington. And it's Carter penetrating and out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession.
Boy, that's embarrassing, guys. He's going to have a hard time living that one down later when they watch it on tape.
The Thunder have gotten 7 of their first 16 field goal attempts to go down here in the first. And back to the Mavs, definitely a big move by them to reach out like that. Nothing like bringing crowdsourcing to the NBA and building a bridge, you know, Steve, with your fan base.
You know, Kevin, I had a chance to see some of the designs of the uniforms that were being suggested. Some pretty sharp-looking duds, but there were some other ones that were absolutely hideous. So let's hope the decision-makers in the Mavs organization pick some of the, let's say, the more clean-looking new uniform suggestions. In terms of rebounding, it's been a sensational opening quarter.
I like sensational. That's a good word for it.
And, guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for Oklahoma City?
Well, you have to admire their intensity in the paint defensively. I mean, really contesting and even blocking shots. Definitely a factor early.
Yeah, I do too, and I think they're also getting some good looks in transition, doing a nice job of running the floor.
Anytime you see Vince Carter and you start thinking about how he was as the undisputed dunk king in years gone by, but as his spring and lift has been grounded, he's made up for it in other ways and has really improved as a defender.
And here are the Mavericks now. After the miss from Cephalosha, the dish to Blair. Larkin rejected by Cephalosha. And the Thunder pushing it up now. Cephalosha's running. He kicks it to Fisher. Feeds to Gomes. He passes to Collison. Fisher. 6 on the shot clock. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Cephalosha misses.
In this quarter, he's really been off the mark. He just looks a little bit unsettled.
Carter kicks to right. He feeds it to Ellington. Carter outside. Takes a 3. Another 3 for Dallas. Cephalosha passes to Fisher. Dishes to Gomes. Shoots. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. And the Thunder lead by 9. Here's Wright. Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close.
Next Monday night.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And for the Thunder guys, what stands out to you so far?
A lot of hard work being put in on the glass. This is a very physical team. They're doing a nice job in the paint.
Yeah, and I think they're doing a good job gang rebounding too, Steve. Everybody's boxing out down there.
On the court for Dallas here in the second, Devin Harris is out there with Tracy McGrady. Then there's Nowitzki. Then it's Dallenberg. And it's Carter in at the 3 slot. Harris dishes to Dallenberg. And good coming on the assist from Devin Harris. Dallenberg's got the opening basket here in the second quarter for the Mavs. The Thunder leading by 7. And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Guys, Kevin Durant last season joined the exclusive 180 club. Over 50% from the field, 40% from three-point territory, and 90% from the line. It's the gold standard of shooting efficiency, something only 5 other players have done in NBA history. It was a goal of his going into the season, but his ultimate goal still remains, to win an NBA title. He said, quote, "The hunger is always there. That's my goal every year, to get to the top of the mountain." Guys, he knows it's a long road, but they've gotten so close. We'll see if this is his year.
Yeah, a championship mentality, Doris. Good point. Thanks. Sean Marion is checked in for the Mavericks. Here's Jackson. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
And you can see his knowledge, his basketball IQ, by the way he operates that pick and roll.
Yeah, he's really got that down. I mean, it doesn't matter who the screener is. Either he can run it with just about anybody on the receiving end. You know, so much has been said about the Oklahoma City home court advantage, and for good reason. I mean, you can feel it and hear it. It's like a college atmosphere.
That's a good point. Passes to Roberson. Back to Jackson. Pass to Roberson. Perkins cleans up the mess with the savage put-back flush.
Well, I love that aggression. Forget about the tip. Just grab the thing and slam it home.
Well, what a way to get second chance points.
Man, don't take any risks. Just put that ball back in the hoop.
Clark, back to what you said. Not only can you hear it when they are here, you can literally feel it. The rumbling, Steve, when you first come out of the tunnel is amazing.
Well, the Thunder have a fantastic team, Kevin, and you know they've been good the last few years, but you don't go 34-7 at home like they did last season without a significant advantage coming from the crowd. And I think that's been the case here. The crowd is loud and active and fired up every single night. Well, you knew he was going to be a project, and I think you can chalk up last season as just part of his development. But Perry Jones is going to have a long career in the NBA. He's going to continue to get better. He's got a lot of talent trying to work his way into the regular rotation.
Kevin Durant's checked in for Roberson. Here's McGrady, and the layup's good off the glass.
Here it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, getting the ball into the post should be their first option every time down. Force the defense to adapt and adjust.
Here is Perkins after Tracy McGrady's score. And Perkins backs in. Baseline J on the way, and that one's good. And the Thunder lead by 9. And for Jones, it's hard for players with his frame, Clark, to come in and immediately make an impact in the NBA, and it could be a few seasons before he becomes a major factor.
And fortunately for him, and to his credit, Kevin, he seems to know that and embrace it. That's a big deal for a young player. A lot of times young players want to play right away, want to accelerate and get out there before they're ready. There's a lot to learn about being productive in the NBA, and to his credit, he understands it's a process.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Ibaka's checked in, knocked loose, and stolen by Harris. Makes the lead pass, and Sean Marion with the slam.
Boy, I love it. Active hands on the steal, active feet on the fast break.
And Clark power on the dunk.
And guys, this is just too close of a game to be giving the ball up like that and then failing to get back in transition.
Jackson against Harris. Outside Jackson. Kicks to Cephalosha. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Mavericks trailed by 9. In low to Dallenberg. Stolen by Durant. Now here is Cephalosha. He's tightly guarded. And stolen by Nowitzki. Here's McGrady. Offline with his 3.
They've been the glass eaters today, guys. A ton of effort out of them down low.
And they've needed every one of those rebounds. I think that's what's put them in front here. Great defense in the paint there, making it tough on the offense.
That's what he brings, a presence. I mean, you saw it on that miss.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
You know, it wasn't that the Thunder were beating teams last season. Everybody expected that, but it was the way they were blowing out teams on such a regular basis that caught everybody's attention.
Vince Carter, he's checked in for the Mavericks. And for the Thunder, they were blowing out teams on a regular basis, as you said, Clark, and ended plus 9.2 as the scoring differential in their games. Steve, easily the highest mark in the NBA.
Well, just think about that for a second, Kevin. I mean, that means your average game is almost a double-digit win. Not just wins, we're talking about all games. So that's the result of having an explosive offense, depth, and a tough defense. This was really a complete team, unfortunately derailed by the Westbrook injury.
Russell Westbrook in for the Thunder. Now here is Carter. He's coming off a 25-point game against the Lakers.
And when you talk about his scoring, Kevin, I mean, with the defense trying to pressure him, I thought he did a really nice job of getting them to overcommit, and you know, that's how he got himself to the free throw line.
You know, one thing with Scott Brooks, guys, he's very consistent with his message. You listen in on those timeouts, it's all about getting stops. Defense, 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 and letting their offense come from that.
Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, what do you have?
Kevin, the Thunder are often seen as getting into one another during games in what looks like heated arguments. But that is the culture they want, as every player can hold each other accountable. Coach Scott Brooks describes it saying, "I'm with them every day." Did they have some competitive moments? Absolutely. But that's how we work here. We challenge each other. It gets chippy. You can't argue with the results, even if it looks like they are always at each other's throats, guys.
I believe it. Those must make for some good battles, Doris. Thanks. Now here's Lamb after the miss from Perkins. Lots of room. And Jeremy Lamb, the bucket on the assist by Westbrook. And 11 points for Lamb. And Clark, you mentioned Brooks' single-mindedness. He stayed pretty constant with his rotations, too.
And there's no doubt players appreciate knowing their role, but, you know, a lot of critics have been surprised at how Brooks has stuck to his lineups. Some lineups that didn't seem to be all that effective. You know, his usual starting lineup with Cephalosha and Perkins on the floor hasn't been their best in terms of plus-minus, but Brooks very loyal to his starting group.
And first time of the game called for Oklahoma City. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Brandon Wright's checked in for Nowitzki. Blair comes in for Sean Marion. And Tracy McGrady subbed in for Devin Harris. And Lamb kicks to Westbrook. Right side Westbrook. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. Westbrook's got 10 points.
Drop that one in as soft as a feather using the finger roll.
McGrady passes to Ellis. Carter. And And Westbrook pulls it down. Westbrook's got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
Their rebounding has been off the charts today, guys. Reason number one, this game is out of hand.
Exactly. I mean, the score is right where you'd expect it to be when the battle on the boards is that lopsided.
Now here's Carter after Jeremy Lamb's miss.
Maybe that'll ignite them. I mean, impossible not to get pumped up after that. At least I think that would be the case.
Well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are. Look at them. They are pumped up.
Yeah, they're geek.
That's what those alley-oops do, though.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Westbrook dishes to Durant. But they'll get another chance. McGrady against Westbrook. Lamb back to Westbrook from outside the arc. Out of bounds. Dallas takes possession.
24 seconds.
McGrady up top. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And so we wrap up.
Now, presented by Sprint.
With a few games out of it.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
All right, the second half beginning in just a moment. We've seen Jeremy Lamb having a really great game.
He is a dynamic scorer, guys. That much we know. And I'll tell you what, his talent was on full display there in the first half.
Steve, he is a hard man to keep down, and so far, they've been unable to do it.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. So the Thunder 5 right now. Backcourt tandem, Westbrook and Jeremy Lamb. Baca at the 4 with Perkins at the pivot. And it's Durant in at the small forward position.
The D was all over it, but they just couldn't react in time to stop that quick reverse.
Dallas shooting their 6th attempt at the charity stripe in the game.
Well, last season was Dirk Nowitzki's 15th in the NBA and maybe his toughest. He underwent a knee scope right before the start of the season, missed about 2 months of action, and the Mavericks ended up missing the playoffs.
Westbrook with a screen for Ibaka. And it's out of bounds. The Thunder able to retain possession. These teams were last season's best passers. The squads with the most assists in the NBA. 5th, the Mavericks.
Yeah, wonderful passing team, and it was the kind of basketball that fans love to watch. Very unselfish.
Ibaka drawing the double team. And Lamb kicks to Westbrook. Oklahoma City moving it around. Shots good by Ibaka. Speaking of Nowitzki, he expressed some concern about the direction of the Mavericks himself last year.
Yeah, after that championship season, they let go of some of their good players, especially Tyson Chandler. But they were trying to free up cap space and lure a top free agent. They were left holding the bag, basically. But Nowitzki wants to retire a Mav, and hopefully they can provide a contender for him.
Now here's Westbrook. 12 points for him. No good from Lamb. Harris passes to Nowitzki. Drops in the tray. Nowitzki's got 11.
Boy, that was a pretty assist by Harris.
Oklahoma City leading by 5. It's Westbrook with the drive. Lamb trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. And now the fast break. Marion with the ball. And there's Devin Harris on the assist by Marion. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back. The Thunder have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Westbrook dishes to Perkins. Poked loose. It's stolen by D'Alembert. Ellis left side. The Thunder pull it in. Westbrook's got his 4th rebound in this one.
This offense's first miss after 3 straight makes to start the second half.
At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Detroit, where they'll face the Pistons. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip. Ellis with it. Guarded now by Durant. The drive by Ellis. Out to Marion. He dishes it to Ellis. Shot clock at 6. A 15-footer and off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Now just a 1-point Oklahoma City lead. Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over.
Devin Harris settling into a scoring combo guard role last season in Atlanta. He's quick off the dribble, is a streaky three-point shooter. And because of that combination, he's able to keep defenders on their heels.
Marion with the steal. Harris kicks to Marion. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force.
Well, this is how you completely rattle an opponent's rhythm.
Yeah, you know, such terrific on-the-ball defense to trigger the transition opportunity.
And it wasn't just the tough D, it was the exclamation point they put on the fast break with the slam.
Outside Westbrook. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. Dirk Nowitzki picks up that. Tremendous stuff from a guy, Clark, we think more of for his passing.
Yeah, but he's got tremendous leaping ability and a surplus supply, too.
Well, that's a great aggressive move and 2 big points, too.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Gomes is checked in. For Oklahoma City, they haven't made a mistake at the line yet. 10 of 10. And for Harris, his outside shot had been his weakness offensively. The last few seasons, though, Steve, some of the best shooting from long distance.
Around 35%, in fact, from the three-point line the last 3 seasons, Kevin. So, you know, he's not a lights-out shooter, but he's become respectable from that range. Unfortunately, his free throw attempts have diminished of late. Maybe he's lost a step athletically.
First one falls for him.
Kevin Durant is one of the most laid-back and easy-going guys you'll meet in the NBA. But don't be fooled. He's as fiery a competitor on the court as anyone else in the league. He's a superstar because he has the talent, but also the drive.
Mavericks making a switch here. Calderon's checked in. Marion passes to D'Alembert. Ellington dishes to D'Alembert. Out to Harris. Wide open look. And it's Dallas with another. And I think when you talk about the drive of Kevin Durant, Clark, it all comes from his love of the game.
I love watching Kevin Durant play. He is such a special talent, and you can see the inherent joy that he has in playing the game. I mean, it's palpable. It's obvious. He's a big-time gym rat, and he just loves to work on the game and continue to refine his skills. He's a joy to watch.
Three-pointer Ellington. Shot misses. And it's Oklahoma City the other way. They've led by as many as 14 points.
Boy, you wonder what the score of this game would be if they weren't pulling down all these rebounds.
Love what I'm seeing from them in the paint.
Here's D'Alembert. After the made shot from Fisher. A shot by D'Alembert, no good. And it's out of bounds to the Thunder as Oklahoma City retains possession.
Well, let's take a look at how Oklahoma City ranked in the league last year. First in block, first in free throw percentage. And they were ranked third in team scoring. This team knows how to score the ball. Entertaining at the offensive end.
And the thing that really jumps out at me when you talk about all those stats, Clark, is the blocks. Because number one in the league, obviously really protecting the paint. They had good length, a lot of depth, and the overall team defense, the rotations was really solid because we saw players across their roster blocking shots.
Calderon kicks to Marion. Three-pointer Ellington. And that'll be Oklahoma City's ball as it goes out of bounds. You know, these are the guys you need to be aware of. If you don't want your pocket picked, here are last season's steals leaders. Monte Ellis is fourth.
He showed such great defensive instincts last year. Just a terrific defensive player.
Here's Fisher. Wilkins kicks to Westbrook. And taken away by Ellis. Here's Calderon. Yes, and it's Ellis picking up the assist. Ellis has got 4 assists in the game.
Man, a gaping hole in the defense that time, and he didn't waste any time getting through it.
Now here's Westbrook. 15 points in the game. And Fisher kicks to Durant. And down it goes. Jamming that one home.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
Yeah, he's sensing this is a critical time in this game, guys.
The Mavericks trailing. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
Their defense got absolutely destroyed in that game, guys. They weren't closing out on the perimeter shooters. They were allowing people to get into the paint and score from point-blank range. Just an overall abysmal effort.
Yeah, something was missing, no doubt about that. They let an opponent shoot a really high percentage, and that's got to be a concern going forward.
Here's Nowitzki. after the made shot from Fisher. Dallenberg with a screen on Westbrook. Ellis, the pass to Dallenberg. Puts up the baby hook, and it's Nowitzki missing.
You can see how much the defense respects him. I mean, they were all over him on that look.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that's special because he lives for the big moments. Fearless. I mean, he will take any big shot down the stretch. He wants the ball in his hands.
And another thing about his game that's really noticeable is how well he handles defensive pressure when he's getting his shot off. He's a very composed shooter.
So it's the Thunder now, following the score by Dallas. And Roberson kicks to Westbrook. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. Westbrook's got 17 now.
Boy, that was impressive, Clark. He did not hesitate to take the ball right up against the bigger defender.
Boy, I like that aggressive mindset there, Steve.
This game's going to take a big swing. Clark, if the D continues to clear out like that and give up easy dunks.
Yeah, that's the kind of defense we expect to see in a blowout, Kevin, or even an exhibition game, not a close game like this.
How frustrated Steve is over
Well, you know what, Kevin? Come on, Kevin. I just like that he didn't choose to just lay it up there. I mean, he threw it down with force.
Here's Roberson. An even 3-on-3 break. Here's Perkins. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. 6 points for him.
Well, you knew he'd win that race.
Definitely. I mean, that's what you call early offense.
Three-pointer Ellington gets it to go. Heaves it up. Can't hit. And as we conclude the third quarter, what a game. Neither team.
On Tap Monday.
Welcome back as we get rolling once more. The fourth quarter right ahead in what's been a very well-contested game. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Thunder.
I like the way they've gotten to the foul line throughout the game, guys. Those are important points.
It's been a hot shooting night for them, too. I mean, they've hit a lot of those mid-range jump shots.
On the court for the Mavericks, Marion and Nowitzki at the forwards. Ellis is out there with Devin Harris, and it's Dallenberg in at center. Now here's Westbrook. Now the feed to Ibaka. Pass to Cephalosha. Oklahoma City moving it around. Westbrook kicks to Cephalosha. The offensive rebound. Back to Westbrook. The pass to Cephalosha. There's the dish to Ibaka. That's tipped. It's stolen by Harris. And here we go. The Mavericks in a fast break. Throws it up high. And it's Monte Ellis with the finish.
Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And that's the play we're going to remember when this game is all said and done.
Thunder trailing by 3. Outside Westbrook. He kicks to Cephalosha. Finds himself wide open and drills it. Dallas has gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. 6 of 13. Gets it to go. 21 points for Dirk Nowitzki.
And what jumps out at you guys, the assist totals. I mean, they have been dominant in that category. It's the ball movement, the player movement, a great rhythm to their offense.
Clearly seems to me a different mindset between these teams.
Ellis goes in and uses both hands to jam it in. Well, now they're just going to town on it.
Yeah, you'd think these defenders would have done a little more to put a stop to that stuff, Kevin, but so far, no go.
Well, a phenomenal aerial assault there, fellas.
Feeds it to Lamb. Launches it. Cephalosha dishes to Lamb. A three-pointer is right on target.
And it looks to me like he still has some of the shooting touch that he displayed in the first.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Rick Carlisle was going over with his team in that last huddle. With the game still up for grabs, he simply told his guys, we're right there. Stay focused, execute, and get it done. Kevin, let's see how it plays out.
Vince Carter, who's checked in for Monte Ellis. Now Westbrook. Carter's missing on the three. And Ibaka slams it in.
That's the epitome of teamwork right there, Kevin, on the alley-oop.
Well, Clark, what about the finish? Bringing Dallas some thunder.
Yeah, lightning, too.
But I'll tell you, the pass was even better. I mean, he put it on an absolute platter for him.
The Thunder have gone 3 of 6 in the field so far in the fourth quarter. Lamb with the ball, and it's Carter picking him up. Lamb, good. The Mavericks have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. Harris kicks to Carter. Dallas again missing. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Good. And now a 4-point Thunder lead.
That's pretty much been the norm for them. Getting their points off assists and great ball movement.
Nice rhythm and flow for this team. Tremendous communication and alertness.
And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. Got that one up quick.
He had one in the first as well. He can be dangerous. Keep an eye on him.
The Thunder have gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. Westbrook passes to Perkins. He feeds it to Harris. Leads him in there. Stolen by Durant. And now here's Durant. The fast break opportunity. Gets it to go.
Well, his body control is what I noticed. I think that jumps off the page when you watch him play. Even with the defender draped all over him, he's able to find a way to get to the rim and get the shot to go in.
And, you know, he is an extremely skilled player attacking off the dribble, too. I mean, he's got a great pull-up jumper as well, Steve. He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Carter with it. He's picked up by Lamb. Carter kicks to Harris. Back to Carter. Dishes to Nowitzki. Goes up with a stripe. And the rejection by Ibaka. Ball's knocked loose. Lamb passes to Westbrook. And again, it's Oklahoma City.
You know, that's one way he can finish, but not the only way. He's got a lot of tricks up his sleeve.
Passes it to Carter. And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
And those could be an important 2 points, too, guys, in a close game like this one.
No good from Lamb.
But his shot's been off today, no question. He's not the guy they're going to want to look to if they want to keep this lead where it is.
Here's Carter. Again, the Mavericks score.
How pretty was that from Carter?
The Thunder have gotten more than 58% of their attempts to go down for them in the fourth quarter. They're 7 of 12. Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. A different look for Dallas. Brandon Wright's checked in for Dallenberg. Blair comes in for Dirk Nowitzki. And Tracy McGrady subbed in for Sean Marion. Now here's Westbrook. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Westbrook's got 11 in the second half.
You know, it seems like when they've gone to him, he's really come through. And that's not something that should get away from him.
And Perkins with the block. Westbrook against Carter. Russell Westbrook again. Westbrook's got 23.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they're just giving them too many looks inside.
Yeah, I mean, they're just getting pounded in there. The defense not offering much resistance. They've got to force the ball back out to the perimeter.
And here are the Thunder now. They're on a 17-7 run. Lamb with the ball. Devin Harris covering. Here's Durant. They grab their own miss. Perkins kicks to Durant. Another shot. Good work defensively by Carter.
And as they grab one there, I was going to make the point that they just haven't done enough in terms of rebounding the ball.
I agree.
Vince Carter rolling.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. They're in front by 3. We've got 1:13 left to play in the final quarter. We've got 1:13 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Out of bounds, Dallas will take possession.
Oh, that certainly could be costly. In a close one, those kinds of mistakes can really give the other team momentum.
McGrady dishes to Carter. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Back to that point you were making about rebounding, Clark, it seems like they're coming up short just about every time.
Well, you're right, Kevin. You know, as we've seen here, that lack of rebounding has certainly shown up on the scoreboard.
So he gets them both.
He's really the guy you want on the stripe in that situation. I mean, there's no doubt about it. He's clutch.
Now here's Lamb, defended by Carter. Westbrook drives in. He passes to Lamb. Out of bounds, Dallas will take possession. The Mavericks have got a pretty good rhythm going offensively, shooting 8 of 15 for the quarter. Yes!
Oh, what a basket, and at the perfect time.
How about the courage and backbone of this guy? Wow.
And Durant, here we go, sinks it.
Somebody lit a fire under Kevin Durant.
Dallas has gotten the three-point shot off 16 times tonight. 7 times they've hit it, 9 times they've missed. Here's McGrady. Back to right. Pass to Carter. McGrady outside. 5 on the clock. And Durant with the block. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team.
You know, sometimes the intensity of the game can lead to brain-neutral plays like that, guys.
And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
But you do what you have to do to extend this game and try to get the ball back.
In this situation, clock management crucial.
And an intentional foul right there. He hits the first one, and that will put them up by 2. So he gets them both, and it's a 3-point game.
Absolutely massive free throw. That'll force them into a 3-point attempt.
Dallas calls timeout. They're losing by 3. 11 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
Well, they've got 2 options here. They can go for the 3 and the tie, or the quick 2 and the foul.
I like the idea of going for the quick 2. Take it to the rim, and that wouldn't be a bad way to approach this situation.
11 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And they're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul. So the first one drops, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 5-point game.
And that's exactly how you close the game out. Those free throws will bury them for sure.
Carter for 3, and that'll be Oklahoma City's ball as it goes out of bounds.
Still Thunder ball. 24 seconds.
So it's Oklahoma